Well, guys, it's October 13th, and I'm up here at Prospect Acres in Wisconsin. I stayed in the blind last night because it's dead calm this morning, and I didn't want them hearing me walking through the timber, and what little wind we do have is out the wrong direction, so it was just better this way. I did go hunting last night up at what I call Briggs Point. If he's here, he's bedded about 100 yards that way, out on that ridge. There's the camera right there. I was getting a few pictures of some very nice bucks up there, so I wanted to hunt that before I started the generator and everything, because it's right by the RV. So I did that. Nothing came out, although I made a clinking noise when I was getting up into the stand. The ladder kind of gave out a little bit, and that's what could have scared him. Not saying it did, but it could have. I was very careful walking in there. It took me like a half an hour to go 50 yards. I was using the gusts of wind as cover, so I don't think he heard me walking in. But anyway, stayed here in the 360 blind up on the orchard. We'll see what we see, and stay tuned, and I'll show you if anything comes out. This is the view I got tonight. They bed back over there. Don't know if you can see them, but there's two deer out there by that green snow fence out in front of the camp, or the blind.
must have heard me moving a little bit. They settled back down, but this is the only place I've been able to look because he's still here. I gotta look at the rest of the plot. Kinda like watching them. And there they go. Going back down to bed. Tonight's the night of October 14th. Staying in the blind, the 360 blind. Tonight, I went over to the stand that's on that corner down there last night, and it was just too hard to get out. Too many deer around. There's a licking branch right there. It's 25 yards away. Give you a kind of view of what we got going on here. Yeah, last night, like I said, there was about 20 or 30 deer out here. Stay tuned. Wonder what they're doing. Just ran out of the back there, playing grab ass. Thought maybe a buck was chasing them, but it doesn't look like it. He ran right out there, clear out to that pile of logs out there, then back. It's kind of funny. It's October 15th. Saw a couple deer this morning. I think it was just two little bucks that kept circling around in there in the orchard area. This is where we're gonna. I'm on my way back down to the RV to get supplies, and just looking at this cabin spot. Looks like it's gonna be a fun time getting all these logs removed. Might just hire it done. Pretty worn out from this summer of working on the orchard. There's another clear cut we got to do back by the pines, and then the rest of the orchard too. I'm thinking it might just be easier to get it hired done. For this spot anyways, we can always mess around in the back in the orchard, but this is kind of more critical to get done. It is, at least by this summer. I don't know what I should do. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Well, it's October 16th. It's about 1 o'clock. Waiting for the thermals to switch around, start pulling down so I can go hunt this stand that's up at the top of this drainage up here. It's a good ditch crossing there. Last night up at the blind I had a little spike. I think it was the same one that came out. Ate some pokeweed berries and some brassicas before he moved on. He was like 10 yards away from my blind. If he wouldn't have had horns, I would have shot him. Going this morning at about 6 a.m. Well, it was like 6:01. There was a buck that was right by my blind up there, and I went and checked that after the morning hunt, and yep, he was visiting my scrape. So there is still bucks around up there. Maybe should have shot one of those ones that walked through that one the second night up there, but I've seen the bucks that are on this property though, and if you pass up the littler ones, you'll get a shot at the big ones. Hopefully anyway. But it's early yet, and waiting for a bigger one to slip up and give me an opportunity. Hopefully at this ditch crossing tonight, I'll see one. Give me an opportunity. That's what I'm doing, just waiting for these thermals to switch, and I'll be up in the stand the next time I check in. Hopefully it's launching an arrow at one of those big bucks that I saw. Well, you want to recap from last night's hunt? Well, it was pretty eventful. On the way in, I noticed some browse that was had taken place just as I was walking into my stand. Over there by the pile of logs is where the ditch jump is. By those unidentified plants that you can see are browsed off is where the trail is. Under the tree that we call the Winnie the Pooh tree is some pokeweed that is growing up. In that pokeweed, I noticed there was a big bed that the deer had made. They're sitting in there all day eating poke salad. Hopefully I didn't just chase scat out of it. Over there by those downed logs from the tree cutting that we just did, I heard a deer cough followed by a whole bunch of squirrel chatter. I knew one was in there. A while later, I saw a buck come out eating in some tulip poplar which were cut down for the cabin clearing.
but it wasn't the buck. I think it was this one. I thought for sure that one of its older brothers was going to come out following him. Just perfect to the ditch jump that was over in front of me using that trail that I showed you. But to my demise, he jumped the road just to the south of me or behind me where the thermals were pulling. I could have shot him, but that wasn't the buck I was in here hunting. He got within 35 yards of me, but I stayed seated and didn't turn around at all for him. In hindsight, I should have turned around for him in case there was another buck following him, just so I would have been ready, because a buck would have followed him right to the food source. As it was getting dark, there was 2 deer that left the timber cut running over to the north onto the neighbors, which is just what I want them to do. Wake up, browse around till it gets dark, and then go on to the neighbors and eat over there. It looks like the wind has switched around to the north by the way the leaves are falling out of the trees, which would make my tree stand that is off the end of Briggs Point pretty good tonight. But if Wanda gets here, I'll go up to the blind and give this a day's rest or whatever. It's pretty hard to scare a big mature buck like that out of an area off just 2 hunts. That's what they say anyway, so we'll see. Anyways, I'll check in after the next hunt, whether it be off Briggs Point or the blind.
Well, I'm back up here to the northeast orchard stand. Wanda was a little late in getting here today, so I had to go without her, so figured I'd go over here. Got a south wind today. It's blowing my wind directly behind me back there. So we'll see if anything comes in. If not, it's a nice night though. Nice and breezy. Well, I'm back out to the road now. Saw about 2 or 3 deer walk in to the food plot. Nothing close enough though for tonight. On my way back down the road from the east access to the property, going back west to the RV. Wanda's there, so hopefully she'll have something good for supper. I think she might have pizza for me. Yep, but it's just me rambling. I'll check in tomorrow. See ya. Well, guys, took a break from hunting this morning and planting some rye in this landing spot. This will all be rye. It's like October 17th or 18th, so not sure how much will grow this year, but planting rye for the weed suppression, and just so stuff doesn't take over in here. If it doesn't come up this fall, it'll come up next spring, so check you later. This is turning out pretty good. That grapple does a nice job back raking. Better than what I thought it would be. got it all done now. 100 pounds on this little area. Thinking not all of it will germinate. Some turkeys will get some, and the coldness will get the other, and it should grow. Something should come up. See here, this is about like it is all over the plot, so all over the landing area. Wanda did a nice job with the grapple. Looks good. Wish we just had some more time. The logger just got done on October 1st. This is the first time we could get up here, so we'll see. Check back in to see if it grows, but back to hunting.
chubby little belly. So they're eating good.
They ought to be. That buck fawn's gonna jump over the fence, snow fence. He did that one time. I think it was him.
Where did Mom go?
She's back.
Oh,